Sound like some Viking music, don't it?
Yeah, gotta get it out the mud, that's the only way to win. Who am I to point the finger like I never ever seen? Been through the ups and downs like the letter N. They don't let you through the door, better kick that again. Cause that's the only way to win. That's the only way to go. Gotta get it out the mud, gotta get it out the flow. Cause that's the only way to go, let's go.
Shooting lights out.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to pay our final respects to the Brooklyn Liberty.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Shooting Lights Out on this Monday, September 22nd, 2024. The semifinals of the WNBA have begun. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into what happened in the first round and how we got to the semifinals. And you better be on your best behavior today because I'm coming for your head today.
What do you mean be on my best?
I'm coming for your head today.
I am always on my best behavior, playmaker.
No. I'm coming for your head today.
And now that you took me off the screen,
you didn't want to listen to me. Nah, see you want to play the positive card throughout the regular season. And like playmaker, you so this and that, you should be fine. No, I'm coming for your head. Today.
I'm gonna come back for your head too.
I'm coming for your head today.
I'm gonna come back for your head. Believe that.
You're the reason why all this happened.
No. You're the reason. You're the reason why it happened. And since you took me off the screen when I was paying my respects to the former defending champs,
I'll do it again because
I know you do it again because you're salty. You're salty. You're petty. But the fact you did that means I'm coming after your head harder.
No, you won't.
Pause.
Because you're the reason why this happened.
I am the reason behind. I ain't no
listen to Cole Johnson. Don't listen to playmaker. Listen to Cole Johnson. You see?
No.
This is what happens when you listen to Cole Johnson and you don't.
You still didn't listen to me, and I'll prove that you didn't later.
Oh, I already know what you're going with, but guess what? I did that on purpose.
You still didn't listen to me.
I did that last week on purpose. I did that on purpose because I knew what you was going to say. I already knew what you was going to say. That's why I did it.
But you still didn't listen to me. Oh, I got you.
I wasn't going to listen to you because I knew exactly what was going to happen. That's why I'm not surprised.
And your team didn't listen to me neither.
No, they did. And I'm going to prove to you why they listened to you. But unfortunately, I don't want to say unfortunately. Fortunately, only me and Cole only talk basketball because Bill's talking every sport in the world. We probably want to have a show, but nothing but news breaking because news breaking all over the goddamn place when it comes to sports today.
Well, that's pretty true.
Every time I turn around, it's a news breaking. I'm like, good gracious. Good thing I'm on the news. Speaking of news, let's get to around the hardwood.
This funky Negro took me off the screen. That's cold.
Hey, don't you got to have to do? Come on.
This funky Negro took. I can't believe he did that. Oh my gosh. Okay, fine. Mm-hmm. I'll be professional for now. Adam Silver claims that the European League could start as soon as 2027 or possibly 2028. Oh my goodness. At a new basketball league based in Europe that the NBA and FIBA are working together to launch, it could begin in those 2 seasons, though no timetable has been finalized. The NBA Commissioner Adam Silver said Tuesday, speaking at a conference hosted by Front Office Sports, he called the 2027 start, quote, ambitious, no doubt about it. Close quote, given the issues that still need to be addressed, but did not rule out the possibility. He reiterated previous comments that the timeline could be 2 to 3 years, pointing out that existing arenas across Europe could be used at the beginning until more modern infrastructure is built up. He went on to say, quote, I don't think I'd want to go much longer than 28. The opportunity is now to do something like this. Close quote. Now, we've been knowing since David Stern was the commissioner in the NBA that the association has been looking beyond, forget the U.S., but looking beyond North America to expand its reach. Do you think this is a little bit too ambitious now, or do you think that they could probably do it now and tweak as they go along?
I mean, that's what every major league sports is doing, ain't it? They're doing stuff overseas now,
Well, they want that overseas money. They want that overseas money.
which I'm not going to dispute because most likely that is true.
Ha-la-la, ha-la-la, ha-la-la. They want that overseas
Oh,
money.
oh,
Overseas money.
not the Arab money, not the Arab money.
I was wondering when you was gonna catch on.
I've been caught on. I had to throw that out because I don't think people probably forget, or probably didn't know what song you was doing.
Oh my gosh.
Arab money. He went Busta Rhymes on me.
That's right. Shout out to you, Buster.
That's
Love
a
my
great
fellow
song, by the way.
Tarian.
That's a great song, by the way.
It is. Shout out to my fellow Tarian. Yeah. Yeah.
But hey,
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny that what we talked about last week.
Well, yeah, we talked about the conclusion of Eurobasket.
And now all of a sudden, the very next week, oh, NBA is trying to start up a European league. Go figure.
Well, okay, to those like you and me, it's not a shock at all. In both regards of the timing of this announcement and basically the testing the waters, because we know this has been in the offering for God knows how long. But yes, I do agree with you. The timing is a bit
Conspicuous.
coincidental. Yeah, conspicuous too. Yes, and it's too coincidental for it to be just, oh, this is a good time to actually announce this, right?
And they really want it in 2027. That way, it don't have to
Yeah.
be the same year as the Olympics,
The Olympics.
which is
Well,
in LA, by the way.
Well, I mean, they could go and play in the winter and the spring of 2028. That wouldn't conflict with the Olympics in the summer.
It wouldn't, but we're talking basketball here, so
Oh, I no, I agree with you. They don't. You're 100% correct. They don't want to have it start in an Olympic year, and double especially for the NBA, since pretty much we're going to have all of the big time stars, save for Durant, Stephen Curry, and LeBron. Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. I think they want to. I think they're targeted 2027. I think Silver is soft shoeing. Well, yeah, it's a little ambitious for 2027. That's basically double talk for, yeah, we targeted for that year for the specific purpose that you just listed. So, Silver earlier this year said that getting the league off the ground closer to the LA Olympics in 2028, he actually says it might make more sense. Now, the NBA and FIBA, the sports global governing body, announced plans in March to pursue this league, ending years of speculation about when or if a move would happen. The process has been moving rapidly, and a substantial move was made last month when the NBA brought on JP Morgan Chase and Rain Group to advise on finances and strategy going forward. Now, Silver said that he and Deputy Commissioner Mark Tatum had positive meetings with political leaders, teams, media companies, possible investors, and other stakeholders across Europe while work continues in the league office to make the project happen, saying, quote, I would say I'm enthusiastic about it. Close quote. Well, we can be enthusiastic about all of these things. Of course, the NBA has become more and more Eurocentric in terms of play and players, as in 1 in every 6 are NBA players. Nikola Jokic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Victor Wembanyama, Luka Doncic, to name 4. And 5 of the last 7 have been MVP award winners. Well, good luck to the NBA. I hope everything works well. We'll see how it advances. Now, from the league to a player, one who I think wants out of his current situation. Warriors forward Jonathan Kuminga and his agent, Aaron Turner, told ESPN that Kuminga is prepared to take the $8 million qualifying offer unless the Warriors improve its current offers. Turner said in an interview with the Hoop Collective podcast, quote, "There's a lot of upside. He wants to pick where he wants to go. So the QO is real for sure." Close quote. The Warriors have presented Kuminga, who's 22, with 3 separate frameworks, as ESPN reported earlier in the week. The most lucrative deal is 3 years, 75.2 million, with the team option on the 3rd season. It guarantees Kuminga getting paid 48.3 mil in the first 2. He's also being offered 2 years worth $45 million, with a team option on the 2nd year and a 3-year $54 million without options at all. Kuminga, to this point of the negotiations, has declined everything put in front of him. He's requesting the Warriors turn the team option into a player option, and then he will sign. The Warriors have declined to put a player option in any offer to Kuminga and declined comment about where the negotiations stand. Now, we got a chance to see Kuminga wanting to actually, how can I say this, show that he wants to play in between playoff games, basically doing workouts without the team. How do you think his future with the Warriors is going to be? Is it going to be sunny and rainbowy, or is it going to be tumultuous as it's been ever since he's been drafted there?
Before I answer that question, sorry for the technical difficulties, but we are live on Will Rise Radio.
What's up?
So if you want to know why I had to disappear, we had some technical difficulties I had to take care of to make sure we was live on the
Real
air.
Wise.
So we are live on the Real Wise Radio. And to answer your question, he wants a player option, meaning he wants to be able to say, bleep you, Steph Curry. Steve Kerr, not Steph Curry, Steve Kerr, and I'm out.
At his choosing, yes.
He don't have to worry about going through this situation again.
Right.
Well, you have to sit here, team offers on Sunday, and the Warriors can sit back and say, what does that give you? Let's see, they're giving you $7 million a year. I think we're going to match that.
Because they will pretty much match just about anything they'll throw at him.
So, Kuminga, I think you're doing the smart thing, sir. Let me go ahead, get this in. That way, when it's time for me to deuce, I can chuck up the deuces.
Deuces. Yeah, he wants to chunk them. I just think it's going to be problematic for him to chunk them because I don't know what it is. It just seems to me that the Warriors believe that he is their future, but how could you have a guy basically be basically the San Francisco, Oakland areas, the Thanasis Antetokounmpo, and just sit on the bench, collect dough, while on the pine he's wasting away?
You know what? Forgive me for this, Cole Johnson. Okay, forgive me for this.
Okay.
Stephen A., since you want to go around and like interview people about crazy stuff, do me a favor. Take your butt to Golden State and talk to Steve Kerr and ask him why he's doing Jonathan Kuminga like this. We need Steve Kerr to speak now.
Or forever hold your peace.
I don't care what the Warriors say. I don't care what the front office say. Steve Kerr is the one that's not playing Jonathan Kaminga.
That is ridiculous too. Um, One of the things that we have noticed about this Warriors team is that normally, if you want to beat them, you get bigger. So you have this length, but you don't use them. And you can claim, well, he's injured. Oh, well, he was healthy in the playoffs. Why didn't you use him? And it wasn't that they didn't play anybody of size in the first round. I mean, last I checked, the playmaker Sengun of the Rockets is not a short man. So I don't get it. I'm at a loss. And then of course they bowed out to the Timberwolves. I think Kaminga could easily negate Gobert. So I don't get it. I don't get it at all. But hey, what do we know, right? Oh my. So Turner, the agent for Kaminga, he had this to say about the situation. Quote, if the Warriors want to win now, if you want a guy that's happy and treated fairly, who is a big part of this team, we believe moving forward, you give him the player option. You do lose a little of that trade value, giving that up. But if it's about the here and now, you give him that player option. You don't get a perfect deal, but you get a perfect good deal. And you get a pretty good deal, and he gets to feel respected about what he gets. And we all move on and worry about winning and helping Steph Curry. Close quote. And the Warriors are the only NBA team this summer that has not signed a free agent. Less than 2 weeks until training camp, they have only 9 players on their roster. The expectation is that they will sign veterans Al Horford, DeAnthony Melton, and Gary Payton II once the Kaminga domino falls. However, the negotiations have been in a 3-month gridlock. Well, from one player in possible contractual gridlock to the operating table gridlock. It's unfortunate. Miami Heat All-Star Tyler Hero will undergo surgery on his left foot on Friday, and he'll be sidelined to begin the 2026 season, according to the Heat organization. Sources told ESPN that Hero is expected to miss up to 8 weeks. That timeline will rule out Hero for approximately the Heat's first 12 games of the regular season. Now, the regular season basically begins from 3-ish weeks from now. So that timetable will probably take you to, oh, good Lord, that dreaded crappy NBA Cup. Woosah. Hero dealt with an impingement in his left foot last season. The Heat guard then suffered an ankle injury during an offseason workout that led to the decision to undergo surgery. Now, Miami will have to start the upcoming season without its top scorer. He's coming off of his best season, is Hero, averaging almost 24 points, 5.5 assists, 5.2 rebounds per game in the 2025 campaign. Your thoughts on Hero going on the operation table and missing pretty much the first sixth of the Heat 2026 season?
All right, Spoelstra, what you got? What you gonna do? What you gonna do, Spoke? That's all I need to know. That's all I want to know. What you gonna do, Spoke? You down one shooter? Who's gonna fill that role?
Well, I mean, he can. Well, since Bam Adebayo's getting more pub now that he's the boyfriend of Asia Wilson, he could try to teach him to shoot.
It's Miami, though. Come on, man.
No,
Miami's known for just being under the radar and nobody paying attention. And all of a sudden, here comes Miami. Where the hell did y'all come from?
I think the Heat loves to actually play under the radar and be disrespected and be written off. Something they get off literally, and no pause here there, on sneaking up on people, disappointing expectations, And all of a sudden you see them and they are deep within the playoffs, at least up until the last couple of years. But hopefully things work for them. Look at the rebound from a disappointing finish when the Heat were blown out in three of their four straight losses to the Cavaliers in the first round. Miami added more offense and shooting, as you mentioned earlier, by trading Norman Powell and Simone Fontecchio and drafting Kasparas Giaconius to help Hero, Bam Adebayo, Andrew Wiggins, and Kel'el Ware. Hero earned his first All-Star appearance last season, and he averaged at least 20 points and 5 rebounds in each of the last 4 years. Well, turning our attention from South Beach to the desert, and 2 years after being the first NBA team to abandon its struggling regional television network, the Phoenix Suns, not the Sun. I'm sorry. The Phoenix Suns and the
You
Phoenix
just can't help yourself. You just can't help yourself.
I'm sorry. The joke just writes itself. I'm sorry.
All right, Snowman.
I'm so sorry. The joke just writes itself. I can't help it. The Suns and the Mercury are celebrating a proof of concept with a new local media rights deal that has virtually replaced the revenue. The Suns and Mercury have agreed on a 2-year extension with Gray Media to broadcast their games free over the air across Arizona through the 2028 season. The deal is worth more than $30 million per season. Sources familiar with the matter told ESPN, restoring the money that they left on the table when walking away from a long-standing partnership with the then bankrupt Diamond Sports back in 2023. The lucrative new contract was driven by the Suns' local ratings, more than doubling the Mercury, in addition to a broader increase in WNBA ratings, seeing their audience grow by 425%. Okay, I'll get out the way. Thank you, Caitlin Clark. Okay. Suns and Mercury owner Matt Ishbia told ESPN, quote, "It's been a win-win. It was do right by the fans and get the games more accessible. And when you grow your fan base, good things happen." Close quote.
That's actually one of the smartest things he has said thus far.
I agree, but I'll do a side note. Stop lying. Okay, there we go. Woosah. Professional Cole. Okay. At the time, it was an aggressive and unorthodox move, and Diamond Sports sued the team for breach of contract. The lawsuit was eventually settled by the Suns, and the Suns moved forward producing their own broadcasts and putting them over the air, running promotions to give away free television antennas to fans. They also launched this free streaming service for their games called Suns Plus, not to be confused with Paramount Plus. Shout out to you, Playmaker, for that. A handful of other NBA teams dealing with regional sports network, like the RSN, issues followed Phoenix in putting their games on over-the-air local stations for free, including the Utah Jazz, the Charlotte Hornets. They actually have a team in Charlotte. Oh, and the New Orleans Pelicans. Okay, your thoughts on possibly shaking up the regional or local sports broadcast revenue model?
Before I even answer that question, and why you have to take a shot at Charlotte? What did Charlotte do to you?
I'm sorry. Again, the joke just writes itself. I'm sorry.
And speaking of Charlotte,
Cool.
good man is it?
Mr. McCain's in the building.
What it look like, fellas?
Everything is good, man. I can't call it. What's up, brother?
No, nothing much, man. Nothing much, man.
I hear that.
I'm not gonna do it, but I enjoyed my weekend. I'm gonna say
that. So I guess you mean it has something to do with the Eagles and the Rams. I'm sorry, my bad. Go ahead, Playmaker.
Free TV, and it's working. Hey, that's nothing bad for me to say. And you said you're going to stand it for 2 more years. Let's see if you can make it through the 2 years.
You mean if the owner is going to make it through the 2 years, or this deal? Okay.
Yeah. Because free Usually, it's not free. If you get my drift.
No. Somebody's pocketing something. Correct. Oh, to set things up cool, we're talking about the Suns and the Mercury extending their free TV deal for another 2 years. And basically, they're claiming that this new local media rights deal will virtually replace the normal revenue that we see now that's across the country.
Yeah, I hear him.
Oh, you call
Yeah,
BS2 on this.
I hear him. I mean, we'll see if there's truth behind their words.
Mm-hmm.
But let's just say I'm very suspect in believing what they're spewing. We'll just
Good.
say
I
we'll
don't
leave
feel well. Good. I don't feel so bad because I was thinking that's the very same thing, bro.
it. Yeah.
I'm like, man.
People say all kinds of stuff. That don't mean it's true.
Mhm. Yeah. I'm like, yeah. You're saying that this is fan friendly. We're giving back to the fans. I'm like, no, you're in it to own and make money.
Right. You ain't
Kip-
buy a team to give away everything free, or them ticket prices wouldn't be what they are. Stop.
Exactly. Exactly.
Like I said, free usually doesn't mean free.
No.
Agreed.
It means someone or someone's are going to pay somewhere else. Yeah.
I'm definitely echoing your sentimentality, sir.
Now, NBA teams are due to receive about $145 million from each rights deals for this upcoming season. But some teams are dealing with reductions from their local TV deals. For example, earlier this year, the Knicks agreed to reduce their local TV deal by $41 million for the 2020 season as part of the restructuring plan with the MSG networks, as reported by Sportico. The Knicks are now expected to receive $107 million, down from the previously agreed $148 million. Ishbia said that he has been in touch with several fellow owners who are exploring how to handle the changing market conditions and hopes the Suns and Mercury's early success can continue.
Keyword early.
Right.
Don't look at the word success. Look at the word early.
Yeah. Early, not qualified, meaning, all right, this is the way we're going. And we now have fun. What has been my issue with the NCAA playmaker? What's been my number one issue with the NCAA?
This is where I let you sing your favorite song.
Oh. Money, 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 money.
Now look, I'm happy year one of this went phenomenal for you guys. We just waiting for the underlying story to hit. We have 2 years to wait on that, which is plenty of time for us.
Mm-hmm. Plenty.
Dang,
You have anything else to say about this, Cool?
Not a lot need to be said, in my opinion.
All right.
I think I set Cole up for his next article.
Yeah, you did. Over the next 2 years, AT&Ts will have their RSN deals expire, and the NBA is looking for ways to create options both over the air and on streaming platforms, which that's probably where they're going to go next. Ishbia, with all of this said, quote, everyone wanted to wait and see. It's a big thing to take less local television money or even no money entrusted. Hopefully, it could be a blueprint for other NBA teams. You do right by the customer, and good things tend to happen. Close quote. Fool. Do right by the customer. You mean if they fit your pockets with money?
What Outcast say, boy, stop.
Exactly. That's straight from the Saucy Cat playbook. I'm sorry, my bad. I didn't mean to say that.
Saucy cat. Saucy cat.
I don't even know what he got program today, but
I mentioned Knicks and I thought of Carl Anthony Towns. I was like, oh Lord. Well, anyway, since we were talking about the Suns, not the Sun, and the Mercury might as well venture more into the WNBA. More WNBA news. The head coach of the Storm, Noelle Quinn, she will not return as the lead figure for the team in 2026, announced by the organization yesterday. The Storm lost 2-1 to the Aces in the first round. It concluded on Thursday. The 40-year-old woman played in the WNBA from 2007 to 2018, including 2 stints with the Storm. She concluded her playing career with a WNBA championship with the said team Storm in 2018. They became an assistant to the Storm, and the coach at the time was Dan Hughes the very next year. She took over as head coach in early 2021 when Hughes stepped down after 6 games due to health reasons. Now, Quinn was the only Black female head coach in the WNBA, and she finished with a 97-89 record in the regular season. Unfortunately, a 4-8 mark in the playoffs probably doomed her in. The Storm lost in the second round in 2021, the semifinals in 2022, and the first round the past 2 seasons. They did not even qualify for the playoffs in 2023. Now, General Manager Talisa Ray said in a statement, quote, "On behalf of our organization, I would like to thank Noelle for her time with the Storm. Her commitment to the ongoing success of our organization and furthering the development of our players was second to none. She put us in a position to win at the highest levels of the game, and for that, we are grateful." Close quote. But your hand her pink slip. I'm sorry, my bad. Cool, your thoughts.
It's crazy when you say the nicest thing is about somebody that you're kicking out because they didn't do their job correctly.
Mm-hmm.
This team underperformed, and that's got to fall squarely on the head coach. It's not all her fault, but that's the person who's going to pay. You know, it is what it is. The Seattle should have been a top 3 team, maybe top 4 team, and they weren't. Somebody got to pay. But the little pomp of circumstance, thank you crap, that don't mean nothing. You fired me. Just pay my money and let me go.
Run me my money. But you hit the nail on the head, bro. This team was halfway through. They were battling for the number 3. Had our shot at the number 2 seed. And I agree with you. They did underachieve this year. They grossly underachieved. Because that second half swoon messed them up and doomed them. And I think the only thing that would have saved them is if they would have pulled off the impossible and beat the Aces in their previous round. But I think even then we still might see this result if they didn't take it all the way to a chip. But they had no answer for Asia. We'll talk about that later. Playmaker, your thoughts, sir?
I can sum it just like this. Coach, who is your most disappointing team in the WNBA in 2025?
Most disappointing team in 2025? It would be, let me see. No, not the Wings. The Sun. Actually, no. I'm sorry. It would be the Sky. And why? No leadership at all.
That's true. But I was talking about the Storm because you had them high on your list.
Well, yes, definitely Storm. The Storm, because they came in with this pomp and circumstance. They felt as though they were going to compete with the Aces, compete with the Lynx, compete with the Liberty, to be one of the top dogs in the WNBA. And they were right there with the Mercury and the Dream battling for the number 3 seed. And then they fell faster than a 70-year-old pair of breasts.
That gets cool every time you say that.
They fall fast, bro. I'm just saying. Gravity is not playing with them. Gravity is not playing with a 70-year-old pair of breasts.
No.
They're going to fall fast.
They're going to fall fast. And that's how fast the Storm fell.
That's a great analogy, by the way, in my opinion.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
But yeah, go ahead, Playmaker. Your thoughts, sir.
I mean, there's no way y'all should have been the 7th seed going into the playoffs. No way. Y'all didn't deal with injuries like the Aces did. You didn't deal with injuries like the Liberty did. You didn't deal with injuries like the Lynx did. So how did y'all fall from 3 to 7?
The old and decrepit. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. That's cold.
Scattered things has been in the league for quite some time. Neka Gumake has been in the league for quite some time. Gabby Wells ain't that old. I mean, when you have this great first half and you just completely flop in the second half,
Yeah.
somebody has to go.
Somebody had to roll. Yeah.
And then again, you did read off all of their playoff appearances under her, right?
Mm-hmm.
I did not hear anything about a championship appearance in that.
Not as head coach. The last time she was a member of the Storm and she actually hoisted a trophy, she was a player. So as a coach, no.
They did not give her justice with that pen either, that picture either. They could have gave a better picture.
No. I was not thinking. I was purposely not trying to think that.
So
I was
unfortunately, Miss
trying to
Quinn, you didn't get the job done in Seattle. Maybe it's time for you to try somewhere else.
That's all. She just need to change the pace.
Yeah. After the Aces' victory in Seattle on June the 1st, Jewel Lloyd, the standout guard for longtime standout guard for the Storm, she alleged that the Storm assistant coach swore at her. WNBA reviewed the complaint. No disciplinary action was taken, and I guess this was one of the reasons why it might have been. I guess the exit door greasing for her to be pushed out. Seeing that you have this change of the guard with the highs of course, Sue Bird being probably considered, although I considered Cynthia Cooper a shooting guard. Sue Bird probably be considered the best point guard in WNBA history at the moment, winning those 4 chips. But it looks like the low was the dispute between Quinn and her staff and Jewel Lloyd. So yeah, I think a change of scenery might be good. Well, shout out to Sheryl Crow. A change will do you good. So maybe for
It was
Noelle,
wild, bro.
a change will do her good. Was that cool?
I said this dude is wild.
But shout out to you, Noelle. I hope you do land on your feet, and hopefully you get a chance to prove that you can lead a team further than you did the Storm. Playmaker.
Sticking with the ladies' game, but heading to college and fever. The new coach of women's basketball for the United States is Kara Lawson, the Duke's head coach.
Congratulations, Kara. Good.
Duke's Kara Lawson has been named the next head coach of the United States women's basketball team. Lawson, who was an assistant coach on the 2024 gold medal winning national team and the gold medalist as a player in 2008, will lead the U.S. at all major competitions leading into the 2028 Summer Games in Los Angeles. Lawson said, quote, "To win a gold medal as a player was amazing and one of the earliest goals that I set out when I was younger. I think that is what drives you because you know how great that feeling and you want the players you coach to experience that. You have to, when you get to have this permanent memory in your sport, and so the goal is trying to help them create that for themselves at the different world events," close quote. Lawson takes over the national team from Minnesota Lynx coach Sarah Reeves, who guided the women to their eighth consecutive gold medal at Paris just last summer. Mr. McCain, the native of the Carolinas, Duke's head coach, will be heading the women's national team.
I have nothing positive to say about a Duke head coach of basketball. So you can carry on, sir. Nothing.
And the pettiness remains.
I knew that was coming.
Congratulations to USA Basketball for getting a new head coach.
Oh, wow.
That's all I got to say.
Oh, no. Not even an acknowledgement to the person.
No, the person. I'm going Bill Parcells, the person that will be the new head coach.
Oh, wow.
Cole Johnson.
That is ice cold. I know Kara is not a lifelong Duke player or even coach. She just happens to be the current head coach of the team. But she's been a really good ambassador for the sport for a long time. Saw her on ESPN for a few years. Of course, she's a good baller in her own right. And I think this is a great honor. And she's actually done well with the Duke program since she's taken over. And now to have now to run the helm and getting a chance to actually have the team in her image for the next 2 years and 10 months. I think it's good that she'll actually have a chance to solidify what she wants to do and how she wants the U.S. Women's team to win. Let me see if I get this right. Is it their 6th or 7th straight gold medal?
They'll be going for number 9.
Okay. Thank you. I knew I undershoot. I know I was conservative and undershot. Yeah. So I think she has what it takes, and now she'll have the time to put forth her program in to have the ladies shoot for their 9th straight gold medal.
Lawson was chosen for this position by the aforementioned Sue Bird, the Olympic gold medalist and Hall of Famer, who was named the first managing director of USA Basketball Women's National Team in May. In this new role, Bird is responsible for choosing both the coaching staff and the players for international tournaments.
I'm not internationally known. Well, I'm known to run the microphone because I get stupid. I mean, oh, sorry, my bad. I forgot the mic is hot.
Now we go from a great accomplishment for one Carol Lawson to the most surprising news of the day. Let's go to the men's side. Bruce Pearl to retire as Auburn's coach after 11 seasons. Bruce Pearl has stepped down as men's basketball coach at Auburn and will move into an ambassador's role in the athletic department as special assistant to the athletic director, the school announced today. Steve Pearl, Bruce's son, and Tigers assistant coach received a 5-year contract as the program's new head coach. Bruce Pearl, 65, is coming off a season in which he guided Auburn to his second ever Final Four appearances. The Tigers earned the number 1 overall seed in the men's NCAA tournament after winning the regular season championship of the Southeastern Conference, racking up 32 wins before falling to Florida in the national semifinals. He has been the head coach at Auburn for 11 seasons, leading the Tigers to 6 NCAA tournament appearances and both of the program's Final Four runs. During Pearl's time at Auburn, the Tigers earned at least a share of 3 SEC regular season titles and won 2 ACC tournament titles. He went 246 and 125 at Auburn. Mr. Johnson, Bruce Pearl says, I'm done.
Well, it's good that college basketball's mascot is hanging it up. You know, when you think Bruce Pearl, you don't think X's and O's. You don't think great motivator. Not saying he doesn't have that in him. You don't think great recruit. You think goofball trapped in an old man's body. You know, so, you know, to have him become an ambassador for Auburn, it'd be perfect because he'll be in the stands. He'll wear nothing but he'll wear nothing but jorts and will paint himself navy blue and orange and will act like a member of the Blue Man Group in cheering on Auburn. I think it's a perfect way for him to go out. So congratulations, Bruce. Now you get to do what you do best. Be a cartoon character come to life.
What a nepotistic opportunity for his son.
I was gonna say, Kuma Gang, what you got?
Yeah, it's great that I can give up being a coach, move into another position, and then ensure that my son takes over as the head coach. That sound familiar? That was the plan in Chapel Bill. But Chapel Bill looks more like Chapel Killed right now, so that they may not be the their plan may not come to fruition. But yeah, when we talk about nepotism, we talk about certain people, but let's not act like Steve Pearl would have this opportunity for would not for his dad being Bruce. So way to leave and make sure you put your kid in the right space in the right situation. And that's plenty of shade added to that, by the way. It's not a shadeless situation. That is a full of shade situation. But I think Cole hit everything on the head as far as um, this being a great opportunity for someone with the mentality of Bruce Pearl. And like I said, when you can add to that the fact that, hey, I got you a job, bud, and I got you a 5-year contract. So even if you suck, you're going to get paid for 5 years. Congratulations to the Pearl family. This may or may not work out for Tennessee, but it will work out. I mean, excuse me, for Auburn, but this will work out for the Pearl family for sure.
Chef's kiss cool. I left that for you. And you did a wonderful job with it. Because that only thing that screamed out at me was the nepotism angle too.
Before we get to the WNBA awards, unfortunately, Coach Johnson, I have some breaking news for you, sir.
Breaking news?
Breaking
In what
news.
fashion?
Just rolled through on ESPN. Rockets guard Flair Van Vliet suffers a torn ACL.
So that means we're one less guy. Okay.
Early thoughts, Mr. Johnson. This is your Rockets team.
Yeah. Uh, I'll give him credit. He's been less up and down the longer he's been a member of the Rockets. And last year, he pretty much down the stretch was the guy where the offense seemed to not sputter all the way around, all the way off. He would have a way to settle the team down, and now that presence is missing. And yeah, a torn ACL. Yeah, that's at least a goodbye to the 2026 season. It may be even be a goodbye to the 2027 season if he can't rehab it correctly. I just hope he doesn't. I just hope he heals and he does well, and I hope he can come back healthier. But what I don't want you to do, Mr. Van Fleet, I don't want you to become Kawhi Leonard 2.0, where you nurse that injury, and it's always an ongoing injury year after year after it was supposed to have been taken care of 5, 6, 7 years before. And then you do crappy deals where you almost ruin the owner's reputation. Let's not have that, Van Fleet.
Anything Kuma came as a fellow Western Conference.
It sucks for Houston, man. Everyone knows I'm a Denver Nuggets fan, right? But you want to beat teams or you want to compete with teams when they're at their best. And this definitely is not going to be the best of Houston without Van Vliet. So hopefully having guys like Durant, who while not a traditional point guard, is a guy that can help bring the ball up in certain situations and hopefully be a leader on this team, can help out. But definitely a loss for the team. And it, what's the word I want to use here? It's going to definitely minimize the Western Conference because having one more team that was on the rise maybe have to take a little bit of a step back without their point guard. That's going to minimize the amount of quality teams in the Western Conference. So hopefully they can bounce back. Maybe there's somebody they can go out and grab that they can bring in for like a 1-year thing or some other guys they have that are prepared to take over that role. But we'll see what they're able to do. But it does suck as another Western Conference team. Because like I said, I want everybody to be at their best.
Yeah. They got it. Ain't Jalen Green.
Like I said, good thing me and Cole only talk basketball because, like I said, news is breaking left and right today. Prayers to Flair Van Vliet. Hope you go through rehab and fully recover for the 2026-2027 season. And it's unfortunate that you have to miss this upcoming season, which is like a month away.
Mm-hmm.
And the team was primed to take the next step. You know, they overachieved last year, and this was time where they were actually going to take that step to be, I won't say a Western Conference championship contender, and I still don't think they are, even with the addition of Durant.
Right.
But they would have taken that next step to, okay, besides the Thunder, the Nuggets, and the Timberwolves, who could possibly threaten them? And they would have taken that next step to be the top of that tier. And this is a huge blow for them.
Yeah.
All right. Unfortunate news, but now back to the mission at hand. The WNBA awards were handed out.
Put some respect on them.
And last week we gave it away already, but the most improved player was Veronica Burton from the Golden State Valkyries.
Congratulations, Veronica.
This is why she won the award. 6 20-point games, 8 10 assist games, 5 double-doubles. All of her statistics from her first year with Golden State, all career highs. Every single one. So you can't be mad at that. You go to a new team and all of a sudden everything is a career high. Gotta give you that. Coach of the year, same team. As Coach Johnson correctly predicted.
Mm-hmm.
You been on some of a high street here last week, sir. Is it the water that you're drinking? You been on the high street.
You got that smart water filter in there.
Ain't that the truth, brother?
So the Golden State Valkyries, they get the most improved and the coach of the year, and that's where it stops at.
Well deserved though. Well deserved. Both.
Here's where things got interesting. Co-defensive player of the year, Elena Smith from the Minnesota Lynx, and of course the queen herself, A'ja Wilson from the Las Vegas Aces. Here's where, say that again, funny cool.
Put some respect on them.
This is where the WNBA dummies messed up at. You ready for this?
Wait, dummies?
Yeah, the dummies.
Why are you calling them dummies, playmaker?
So they called them co-defensive player of the year, right?
That's right, co.
Do these statistics tell you they should be co-defensive player of the year?
Well, to the WBA, yes.
Good answer. Good answer. You know, family feud. Good answer. Good answer.
Matt Koopman can't make it a family feud.
That was beautiful.
That's when you know you got that look like Steve Harvey, like he just gonna walk to the other side. You know this is wrong.
but this is what I was talking about when we were having this conversation about a month ago. A'ja Wilson, there's no question, and we all three of us are in alignment on this. She's the best player in the game on the women's side, and probably one of the best basketball players, no matter the gender, in the world today. When you have her on top for so many years, you now start to see the league saying, how can we actually give her shine yet tilt the tide toward awarding others too? And this type of stuff happens. where you pretty much know Asia is the better defender of the two with the stats that's put forth. Yet you're thinking, okay, we have the incumbent, and here's the up and comer. Not a good look. But I am not surprised this happened at all.
You know, the first thing I said when I saw this, Asia Wilson getting the MVP.
I said the same thing. I did. I actually did say the same thing.
Somebody tried to tell me this meant that they was gonna get an MVP to Nafisa Collier. The gentleman I did my show with on Friday.
On Friday.
And I told him it's very apparent.
Play callers.
It's very apparent that you haven't been paying attention to the whole WNBA season.
He hasn't. Or at least he ain't paying attention to us because I was on that bandwagon until I was like, until that fateful game when they played each other and she decided not to show up and Asia Wilson said, I'll go for 38 and 15.
I just want to be clear and completely transparent. I was never, and I mean ever, on any bandwagon besides her herself. Asia Wilson, the most dominant player in the WNBA, being the MVP.
No
and
question.
Again, for all y'all that feel like it should be anybody else, I want you to recalibrate your thought process and put some respect on her like you need to.
I'm sorry. That 2 month stretch sealed the deal. It sealed the deal because there was nobody that was playing better than her, and I mean second place was distant. There was nobody that was playing better than her.
I ain't gonna say
in
it
the last 2 months.
First half, it was all a piece of Collier. She went down. Asia came out and say,
"This is
not only I don't like the fact that we 14 and 14 at the halfway mark. Y'all must have forgot who I am."
See, this is where we differ. I think what Cole was saying earlier, the people who want it to be somebody else were trying to push the narrative that it was going to be Nafisa Collier over Asia Wilson because they're fatigued with Asia Wilson being Michael Jordan type dominant in the WNBA. And notice I said Michael Jordan, not that other guy.
Exactly. Smart man.
And they were trying to push someone else. But all you had to do was open your eyes. Take the blinders off. Don't listen to the talking heads, the pundits, and all that, and use your own 2 eyes and look at the games. This whole season, where the Aces went is where Asia went. Name a game they won where she wasn't dominant.
Can't.
Name one.
Can't. I think though about a couple of games, a few games, because Jackie Young went off. I remember.
But I mean, but it wasn't. But Asia didn't give you like 15 in those games.
Right. Asia Wilson was dominant in every game.
Yeah.
I gotta remember because I think
and a lot of them that they lost who was dominant too. The playmakers will go try to find one where she had 19, 10, and 7. They see she only had 19, 10, and 7. Still dominant. That's my point. There were no games where she had 10 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 assist or 1 block, and they won.
Or it wasn't a game where Nafisa Collier played against the Aces the last time they played. That Asa Wilson had in the last 2 months.
Right. So for me, it was never a point of just the last stretch. The last stretch was to remind the rest of you clowns who she was. That's what the last stretch was.
Wow.
Because y'all wasn't putting no respect on her name. She wanted to remind y'all, shut your mouth, I'm her. And she did. And I am an Atlanta Dream fan. She is not my favorite player, but she is the most dominant player. And I'm not going to sit here and act like there's another talent who deserved to be MVP over her.
Yeah, she's done my
Somebody
favorite
can
play
emerge,
either.
but they ain't yet.
Yeah, she's not my favorite play either. However, I'm with you. Ain't anybody more dominant.
You had your opportunity. You decide not to keep up.
The best ability is availability.
That's right.
no,
sir.
that's true. But she came back and still had opportunities to, make her case and decided to put up. What was it?
It's
12 and 8.
It's not even that.
What are you doing?
When you get injured, sir, most of the times, unless you're hurt, when you come back, you got to rework yourself into shape. You don't come back playing the same way you were when you got hurt.
I'm glad you rephrased it because she was hurt too. She
I said
came
unless
back and was
you're
like,
hurt, because her came
she
back
came-
and was like, okay, let's get it.
yeah, this was like what she did.
Right. Most people not named her don't do that. Another reason why. Put some respect on her.
Not named her.
Not name her because Cole, you was with us. They were struggling. You was looking at Aces like,
Yeah, they
I'm
were
not liking what I'm looking, and you was not happy what was going on in Vegas.
They were 14 and
Then
14,
she came back.
and Asia herself seemed to not really know how to actually fit with the current team that she was meshed in. I didn't think she found her stride with the chemistry that was there yet. But it just this is testament to her greatness. She saw what the team needed. She saw the team was 14 and 14, and as she said, you know what? Y'all need me to really be that woman. So hop on my back. Come on, ladies, let's go. You too, Becky. Hop on my back. Let's go.
I got this knapsack. All y'all gonna hop in. I'm gonna strap it a little bit tighter. I'm gonna put the strap around my waist. I got on my hiking boots. I'm gonna carry us on the rest of the way. And that's what she did.
That's exactly what she did. Yeah.
If y'all want to help out, cool. If not, I do it myself.
No surprise whatsoever. Rookie of the year.
We don't even have to talk about that. That was the most obvious award.
Of all of it, it really was. Other than the MVP, it was.
Yeah, other than the MVP, of course. Absolutely.
Paige Beckers, you done good.
Yeah.
Now can you follow it up?
Yeah, you did do good.
We don't want you to be like the last rookie of the year.
Ouch.
Oh wow. You mean the one who ended up
Drew
being
McCain? You
What I
asked,
say?
you
What I
shall
say, y'all?
receive.
What I say?
Not what I say. You got what you wanted, brother. You got your wish. Congratulations. Your girl got six woman of the year.
Good job, Nas. She deserved that award. She to me, she was the, if not first, the second most improved player in the league this year. And what's great about Nas, she didn't have to change teams. She didn't have to go to a new team. She went to a team that already had players that was already established, that she was already on, and built herself up to be sixth player of the year. And that's not a shot at anybody. That's just stone cold facts. And she balled. She balled so well as a sixth player that she got moved into the starting lineup.
I mean,
that says
you actually giving credit to Golden State because the fact that they even chose her and she was able to do that was like.
Oh no, I'm not giving any props to Golden State because what I want you to understand is not shade, but let's be honest about it. You want to look at it that way. Let me keep it real with you 3,000%. When you got a brand new team and everybody's new, it's easy to go in and say, okay, I'm gonna establish myself because I'm gonna get more minutes than I ever got in my life. Because now I'm in a fresh place, a whole new slate. Nas was on a team where she already was buried on the bench. So she locked up her bootstraps and said, I'm going to go work on my game because it ain't going to be another year that Nas Hillman ain't going to be a big part of this team. So let's be honest. Which one is harder? You tell me which one is harder. Locking your bootstraps and coming up from where you already buried because they already believe they got other people in your position and you got to take them out. That's harder to me. As an athlete, a former athlete.
I can see it both ways.
I know you can see it both ways.
Because going to a new city, a brand new team.
What's hard? But what's hard about going to a new city? Being in a new city. There's nothing hard on the court because there's no prejudges on you. You're not being prejudged. You're coming in fresh.
Yeah, you're coming in fresh, but guess what? You have a whole new team. You don't even know who can do what.
Right. So everybody has a what? Cole, equal opportunity. Mm-hmm. Again, you don't have an equal opportunity when you're on a team where they already have positions set and you got to break through the glass ceiling to get what you want. That is not the same hard.
Yeah, I agree with Cole. Yeah, when you go to a new team, yes, it's a difficult adjustment too. I mean, it's a fresh start. It's a new city. It's a new regime for you. It's new players you got to get accustomed to. So that comes with its own challenges. But if you're on the same team and you're basically on the pecking order of 8th or 9th or 10th, normally it is difficult to rise further up from there. Normally, if you're that low on the totem pole, team is either looking to deal you or release you. So for Nas to come up and be the 6th woman of the year, from that understanding, it's quite an accomplishment. It's quite an achievement, and congratulations to her.
That's it. I can say it both ways. Both ladies, they took on the challenge, and they were rewarded for how they performed. And of course, back to back.
And
MVP.
number 4 in her career.
No more.
The first player in WNBA history to win 4 MVPs. She gets to join an elusive bunch.
Yeah, and to do it before 30, that is impressive.
Would you stop hiding behind you love Dallas, because we know you don't?
I do love Dallas. What are you talking about? I mean, doesn't the image say it? I mean, the image speaks for itself. I love Dallas.
The fact that me and Koo both know the real you. We know for a fact you lying.
But again, I have a wonderful friends who live there. I even have a person from my past who lives there.
Hey, Wise, how much does Cole Johnson love Dallas?
Lord. No, why you got to invoke Wise?
He in the chat.
I know he's in the chat. I said, why you have to invoke him?
Because that'll be 3 of us that know how much you really love Dallas.
But I also want to say this.
But this is good for Asia. Congratulations.
This is gonna upset a lot of people, and I could give 2 clucks about that.
Everybody says people they never mind.
Not 2 clucks.
2 clucks, 3 or 4 even.
I love that.
4-time MVP, only one on the female side.
Mm-hmm.
This looking very goatish to me.
Yeah. I don't think too many people be upset with that. Now,
who gonna be upset with that?
Now,
the Diana Taurasi lovers are gonna be very upset with that.
Definitely them.
4 MVPs and 2 titles.
Now,
and she ain't 30 yet. It might be 3 before 30.
Yeah, she's 29. So yeah. Now, moi, I still, I'm a day one WNBA. I still believe the best player I've ever seen is Cynthia Cooper, but she didn't win 4 MVPs.
She won 4 titles.
She won 4 titles though, but she didn't win 4 MVPs. And I will say this: Cynthia, as much of a boss woman as she was on the court, she did not have the game that A'ja Wilson had. She did not. And I'm saying that as a Comets fan, Cynthia did not have the game that A'ja has. Not even close. Not even close.
And that would do it for Around the Hardwood.
Oh, and congratulations, Paige Becker. You're making Dallas proud. I love Dallas.
We'll be back.
Everything Boston. I love you morons. You Kids on the Block, New Edition,
dear whatever the law firm is. Sincerely, the U.S. Supreme Court.
Ben Affleck, Matt Damon. Go yourself again, Jason Whitlock.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze god.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to, I can be the black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific time zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Get mounts of entertainment with Paramount Plus. Stream new movies such as Mean Girls, Transformers: Rise of the Beast, and Good Burger 2 with Paramount Plus. Stream live sports such as the UEFA Champions League, the NFL on CBS, the PGA Tour, and March Madness. Catch hit CBS shows such as Fire Country, Ghost, NCIS, and more. But also catch exclusive originals for Paramount Plus such as Special Ops Lioness, The Famous Stallones, the new streaming home of Showtime. Watch Showtime original series and movies when you sign up with Paramount Plus with Showtime. Make it a fun, action-packed adventure for the whole family and create kid-friendly profiles for the little ones. So much to stream with Paramount Plus with over 45,000 full episodes from BET, CBS, Comedy Central, MTV, Nickelodeon, and more. Paramount Plus, mountains of entertainment.
This is a BS3 Network presentation.
I want to do a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, WIZE.
Are you in a life-holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast. Live every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central.
And welcome back to Streaming Lights Out as we get ready to talk WNBA playoffs. And thank you, Wise. Thank you.
Wise on FA, Stuck in My Mind podcast. He says, I saw that, referring to my I Love Dallas image, and barfed in my mouth.
This man here. On
target.
If you've seen the title of the show, semifinals means the opening round of the playoffs for the WNBA are over. And how did we get to the semifinals? Well, let's go back to Thursday. The Indiana Fever went down to the ATL and they took down the Atlanta Dream 87-85. Kelsey Mitchell, 24 points. Aaliyah Boston gave you 14, 12, and 6. I'm going to start with Cole Johnson. Well, Indiana went on the road to advance to the next round.
Well, this is what the Fever needed to do. And this is unfortunately what the Dream could not do, which was to not have someone to take up the mantle along with Aaliyah Boston and say, all right, I'll take the load on with you, and we will propel this team to the next round. It's unfortunate, and I've talked about this with Cool. The one issue that Cool had, similar issues I had. This is a team that needed to actually have a killer instinct. And I think this is the reason why I don't want to speak for Cool, but I believe this is one of the reasons why Cool said that he wanted the Dream to actually advance a round, to actually have that under their belt, because I think it would prove to him that this team could actually focus at least 2 games in this round of playing solid enough for 40 minutes. And unfortunately, this is proof of him being right that the team lacked that killer instinct, because they had the opportunity to actually put the Fever away and they didn't. And it's unfortunate, because you got a wounded Fever team that took out a much healthier Dream squad. And I think the better series would have been the Dream and the Aces, not the Fever in them.
Good McCain, you is the Dream fan on the panel.
So we ended up in the same exact position we're in last year. This year's last year. Last year we fired the coach because we tried to put it on the coach. Well, newsflash, coach was not here this year, no better. At what point are we going to say these ladies on the court have got to step up and do it when it counts? Yeah, it's only 2 points, but you should not have let the Fever be close to you in the fourth quarter of a game to eliminate you and send you to a place that you haven't been in this iteration.
And
there's nobody on this Dream roster that has been to the second round with the Dream, because the Dream have not been to the second round in so long.
Right.
Here's the problem: consistency. You got a lot of great players. People talk about, oh, this person is this person is that. But in this game, they didn't show up. We got outscored by 6 by the Fever in the fourth, by 3 by the Fever in the third. So we got outscored by 9 points by the away team in the second half. The only quarter that we outscored the Fever was the second quarter. They outscored us by 11 points in the other 3 quarters. This is how you don't advance. You never heard me talking about the Dream, the championship. Just trying to get out the first round. And guess what? I'm still be trying to get out the first round next year, and possibly the year after that, and possibly the year after that. Until they get the coach in there who is going to push them when you get to the playoffs. This is going to be your outcome. And maybe some pieces that I like are not the right pieces to win because they can't show up when it's time to show up. So maybe we need some changes. And we'll see how things shake out. But if we fire the last coach because she couldn't do any better, and she got into the first round and got beat, how long does this coach get if you're having the same outcomes? That would be my question.
So, if I remember correctly, was y'all like the 8th seed last year or the 7th seed?
One of those. It was a low seed.
So last year, it was expected for y'all to get ousted in the first round, right?
Yeah.
Because you were playing a top team in the league.
But made an impression. Yeah.
This year, you was one of the top teams in the league.
In the regular season.
But you have to say
we're not a top playoff team.
So, to Cool's point, is it really coaching or is it the players? Because I remember correctly, most of your roster was on the team last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
a lot of people that didn't show up.
That snuck into the playoffs, and you just ran into a better team. But you fired the coach as a result of it.
Right.
This year, you're the number 3 seed in the league. You have as Cole Johnson put it, a wounded Indiana Fever team.
And you got the perfect matchup.
Yeah.
And you still go out there and choke it away. Mm-hmm. You win the first game and you go out there and choke away the next 2. But guess what? Until you can prove to me that you can win the playoffs, my feelings don't change about the Atlanta Dream. I'm just trying to win a playoff series. I don't care if we're the number 1 seed by 10 games. I'm just trying to win a playoff series. Because you haven't proved to me you can do it in the playoffs.
He has every right to feel that way because y'all played great in the regular season.
He is correct.
And that doesn't win you one mother-loving thing.
Playoffs come around and you look good in game 1. Okay, game 2, Indianapolis, they was fighting for their lives.
They play like a desperate team. Yeah.
Okay, you got to go back to Atlanta.
But in game 2, we played like a team and knew we had a third game at home.
And that's it's also an issue too.
Yep.
And that speaks to immaturity. Not saying the whole team has it, but a collective team immaturity. Right. We already have one in the canister. Heck, we'll come back here and seal the deal. No, you got to have that killer instinct and say, yeah, we got this team wounded. Let's finish them off now.
Foot on their throat.
If Cool McCann will allow me to throw this question out here. BG, where the hell were you?
BG does not fit the style of play that we need to win. So BG was where she needed to be for us to be successful.
On the bench?
On the bench.
Wow. I'm not talking about her playing, but if there's one person who has championship under their resume, it was you.
Maybe she's still traumatized from being locked up in Russia. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
You know what it's like to get through the playoffs and win championships. You did it in Phoenix.
So, but the question is, did she do it or was she along for the ride? And the answer is, based on what's been happening, she was along for the ride.
No guidance, like that's very disappointing. I don't care if Nas came and took your spot.
Well, technically, Nas didn't take her spot. Someone else took her spot. Nas was able to play their spot so that they could take her spot.
I mean, Brianna Jones and Brittany was both inserted in the start line to begin the season. So
right, Jones basically became the 5.
So with my math is Nas took your spot, BG. Cool McCann, he most likely is correct. But in my math, she took your spot. You know, getting into the goddamn lineup, and you end up in the bench.
In my math. Okay.
In my math. Okay. Hey. As long as your math.
I stole that from Cool.
As long as your math is mathing.
I stole that from Cool.
In my math. I like that.
Because I know what Cool is saying. Brianna Jones became the center, and now Sam became the power forward. But if he was doing what you was doing, that wouldn't even happen.
Well, the problem is neither one of them could perform well with Brittany Griner.
Right.
And they played much better together. Because Brittany Griner is slow, methodical, the opposite of everything that the Dream want to be.
And which tells me the coach realized that the coach said, let me make a change.
Yeah.
He made a change to put the team in the best position to win. And y'all failed to win.
Well, that's because
the coach made the adjustment.
Yeah, I guess
the coach made the adjustment that he needed to make. The players didn't execute.
I guess they already dreamed they won.
Oh no! They already dreamed they won. Really? Oh gosh!
Unintended.
Yes, I know the pun was intended.
So the thing for me is,
I love Cool McCann because Cool McCann would go as hard at his team like I do my team.
I'm not mad because I didn't expect to win a championship. I'm just disappointed that you couldn't even get at least win one round. I'm not mad because I never expected to win a championship this year. You know how to get the first round? How you gonna go from that to the champion?
All Cool McCann won was a first round win.
First round.
But instead, it's the Indiana people who won a first round series for the first time in a decade.
And you know what? People were mad about that celebration. You know what? Celebrate, party, pop bottles on the floor, shake your booty at them because you beat them.
Yeah. Yeah. To the video go to spoils. Yeah.
Yeah. You do everything.
No Caitlin Clark.
Jalen Carter.
So no Caitlin Clark, no Sophie Cunningham, no Ariel McDonald, no Sophie Colston. That's 4 players I just named that is out for the whole entire season.
But definitely the first 2 you mentioned. No Sophie Cunningham, no Caitlin Clark, and they still advance over a team that to me is more talented.
But weaker mentally.
But weaker mentally, unfortunately. And Cool is 100% correct.
Then we go to the final game that Coach Quinn coached for the Seattle Storm, a 1-point loss in Vegas, 73-74. And the Queen herself was determined to not go home in the first round with 38 big ones, 5 boards, 3 assists, and 3 steals. Cool McCain. Quinn was that close from not being fired.
I don't think that would have been enough to save her job, personally.
Agreed.
I think that honestly, there's probably a part of the dream that was scared to play the Aces because they own us. When Asia Wilson plays well, there's not a lot of teams that can stop her, and we don't have anyone on our roster that can stop her. We don't have an Asia Wilson stopper. There's not many of those that exist. So they may have been part of why they just kind of, hey, y'all can go ahead and get beat by the Aces. You know, soft behavior, but it could have been a possibility. Honestly, everybody knew the Aces were going to win this series because what you just said. There was one person that said, I will put all y'all on my back. Put on a back brace, then put you on my back, and then strap you around my abdomen and put on my walking boots. And I'll get the job done if I need to. And it's our MVP. Her. That's the difference between the Aces and the rest of the league, including, of course, the Atlanta Dream.
Cole Johnson.
And unfortunately, it's also including the Seattle Storm, because if you're going to beat teams with this type of talent, you got to seal the deal. You got to finish it off, and you have to have anybody on that team to actually say, you know what, we're going to match someone like an Asia Wilson. And we're going to go toe for toe, man for man, woman to woman, and we're going to beat this team even with her best effort, because that was going to be what they had to do to beat this team, especially with the Aces playing at home as well. And that wasn't going to happen because no one on the Storm can do that. But you have the Aces where that is the case, and with Asia, she's like, we're not going to be denied. I'll be doggone if we're going to come this far, be 30-14 in the regular season, and get ousted in the first round. No, ma'am, that's not happening. We will not be denied. And when you see a talent like an Asia Wilson do that, you got to come with a superwoman effort, and the Storm just couldn't. It's just
and
that
the Storm
simple.
lost this game in the second quarter.
Oh, easily.
When they only scored 7 points, they gave up 19.
Easily a piss poor second quarter, both on offense and defense, and that's the thing. You got to lock in and play all 40 minutes against a team as talented as the Aces, especially with an all-world player like Asia Wilson on it too, to boot. And if you slip up like that, and you only score 26 points and a half, that's an uphill battle on the road that you're going to fall short on. You just are.
Before I continue on.
Oh. Stuck in My Mind podcast, a.k.a. Real Wise El Jefe, the man who was in charge of Real Wise Radio. Shout out to you, my brother. He says, we published a children's book by Chioma Faye. Congratulations, man.
And then there was one game left.
Oh, there is? I thought that was all the games, Playmaker.
No, it was one game left out in the desert. Phoenix Mercury 79, the New York Liberty 73.
But wait.
A win by the Mercury has set forth for a new champion to be crowned in the WNBA.
But wait a minute, Playmaker. What happened when I thought the last time we thought the Liberty and the Mercury were going to be playing in Brooklyn? What happened?
Yeah, they were, and they got beat in Brooklyn.
How much?
And then they flew down to Phoenix and got beat in Phoenix.
But how much did they get beat in Brooklyn?
Well, I will tell you,
Playmaker. They got destroyed them. It was a blowout.
I will tell you, Playmaker. Home field doesn't matter. Home court, because we had that, and we still right at home with you on the couch.
Oh, I know, but there was a certain person. When I was sitting here saying that I'm not liking what I'm seeing from my New York Liberty.
Here we go.
Somebody, correct, tell me who that was, Kuma King, but somebody was trying to tell me that Like, nigga, you're fine. You're the defending champs. All they gotta do is get in, and once they get in, and they will be fine. They'll be fine.
Somebody, how dare you?
And I was responding to the fact that I said, "Oh, so you want my Liberty to be in a position that the Las Vegas Aces were last year?" And how did that went? Oh yeah, that's right. They got ousted in the playoffs too. They did not go. They did not go. They didn't 3-peat. And then one particular show, my coach echoed the same sentiment of this person.
This person.
We just trying to get healthy. We don't care about seeding. Once we get in, we'll be able to make things happen. And yet again, I reiterated, I'm not liking this because no, I don't. I need you to care about seeding because we are not that team that can just flip on a switch because we like to do stupid stuff like turn the ball over 20 times a game.
But they won the game though.
And yet, game one, they turned it over 20 times and found a way to come out of Phoenix with the victory. And then that same person was like, "Why is you mad? Why is you just looking at the negative side of it? Be happy." And
be happy.
No, because guess what? These types of mistakes is not going to get us to advance.
But it got you a dub.
Yeah, but it got me a seat on a goddamn couch.
No, playmaker. It didn't give you a seat on the couch. It got your Liberty a seat on the couch.
Oh, and Big Sister decided, hey, my little sister ain't playing. I'm not going to sit here and miss 20,000 layups and shots like I did in game one at home. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to make sure that y'all got to deal with me. Yeah. You know, AT going to do her thing. AT going to get her triple-double because that's what she does. She going to get her triple-double. But I need to Kenny in here, which is kind of ironic because going into the season, me and Coach John said both of them need to be on your top 5 list.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then when it mattered most, them two came through.
No, but it ain't changed. That ain't changed.
Sawtooth said, I'll be damned if I miss 10 shots in a row like I did in game one. And she came out 23 points, 12 boards. And then AT just doing what AT does. She's like the Russell Westbrook of the WNBA. You don't even talk about her that much, but every time you look around, she got a triple-double. And nobody knows how to stop it. 20, 11, and 11. So, yes. I'm going to sit here and say what I said on Snowman in the morning. I ain't even go to Snowman. I'm going to sit here and say what I said in a Facebook post that the whole entire world saw. New York, you got what you deserved.
Wow, that is cold, playmaker. How dare you go that ham on the Brooklyn Liberty? That's just cold.
Cool, McCain, how many points did the New York Liberty score?
73.
73, right?
Yes,
Brianna Stewart dropped 30. Sabrina Nescu dropped 22. How many points is that?
52.
So the rest of the team score how many points?
21.
Which means, John Quell Jones. How many points you gave me? You gave me 3.
She gave you some effort.
You gave me 3 points, John Quell.
But there, John Quell gave you some effort.
3 freaking points. That's not no goddamn member from a finals MVP and a former league MVP. That's not no goddamn effort.
Oh my.
Oh, and by the way, let me keep going. Let me go ahead and keep going because that one person I'm talking about, that's the reason why he interrupt me yet because he know I was coming for his head today.
Oh no!
You mean somebody? You mean somebody that normally tunes into the show and says something, but they're not saying anything right now?
Mm-hmm. So John Quell, 1 for 10 shooting, 0 for 5 on 3-point.
Why is he doing this? Why?
Now, Natasha Cloud, you know, that great defender that I was happy to get, you gave me 7 points. 7 points. 7 points. That's all I got. Did you give me an assist? You gave me 2 assists.
Oh my gosh,
You gave me 2 assists.
Stuff like this.
You gave me 2 assists. So
Why?
I'm trying to figure something out. John Craig, you gave me 8 rebounds, but you couldn't give me 10. If you want going, if you can't put the ball in the book, you can't get me double digits in rebounds. So all the rebounds went to these two because they got 23 combined.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Playmaker. I'm sorry you're spazzing.
So Cindy Brondelli, you decided not to play Harrison. You decided not to play Neral Sably, and you decided not to play Mariana Johanna, who is another shooter, by the way.
I'm sorry you're down inspiring, Playmaker. I'm so sorry.
You only played Neesmith 9 minutes. Why you only played Neesmith for 9 minutes? What was the point of bringing her in if you weren't going to use her in the playoffs?
This almost hurts me.
No. We ain't worried about seeding. Playmaker, your team is fine. Once they get in, they'll be fine.
This almost hurts me to hear you say this.
And yet I'm the one that sat here and said, I am not going for this because if they don't get it together, we ain't going back to back. And sure enough, we not going back to back. See, this is why me and Kuma can't get along so well, because we treat our teams the exact same way. We look at it and be like,
why? Why is it like this? Why is
we can probably be all right. We can probably be all right with a win here, but we can look at something and be like, yeah, if y'all don't clean that up down in the future, that's gonna come back and haunt us.
Why are you like this? Why? Why?
Just to give a little preview of Wednesday. Kuma can't. He's happy that he got the dub, but I'm pretty sure he's not happy with the performance. Because he took some heroics to win that game.
Well, I'm sure he's not happy with the fact that that at one point they were down 19 points.
I'm not.
He'll take the win because it is a dub, but he gonna point out. This is what we need to do because down the road, if you get behind like that, you ain't coming back. Down the road, but not right now. I'm looking down the road. I'm not liking what I'm saying from my liberty. I don't like this. We ain't not going back to back like this. But no, somebody wanted to try to convince me that let's let them get in, and then once they get in, they'll be good.
Who tried to convince you of that, Playmaker? Who tried to convince you of that?
You want me to answer that question?
I do. Oh. That's wild. You just took him off. Yo.
Now, I did not say all the Liberty had to do is just get in the playoffs and they'll win a chip. I never.
No, I didn't. Did I say that you said they was gonna win? I say you said they was gonna be fine. Once they get in, they'll be fine. They'll be able to turn on the switch. And I sat here and said no. I said the Liberty think that that's how they're going to do it. Look at how they're playing. All they do is get in the playoffs. They think they could turn on the switch and they'll be fine. Now, I was saying that what they had to do was understand that if they're going to have that mentality, they're going to have to really turn on that switch and actually not treat these teams as if they can walk all over them like they did the Mercury. Now, if you're going to put your ire toward me, sir, do it the right way. Now, I get Coach Johnson this. They turned the ball over 10 times on Friday.
See, they took care of the ball better. They took
They shot 34% from the field and 22% from 3-point range.
Well, look, they took care of the ball better. See, they took care of one problem. Unfortunately, they had other problems. Like the iron was unkind. Thank you, Tim Bryant. But here's the thing. Here's the deal. You should be at fault, Playmaker.
For speaking the truth?
No, not for speaking the truth. Here's where you're at fault. You had the same philosophy as the team did. You see, the Liberty was not focused on the Mercury; they were focused on the Lynx.
I did that. I did that on purpose. I don't care. I did that on purpose.
Forget this round. We're going to be ousted by the. We're going to be ousted by the Lynx. We're going to be ousted by the Lynx. It's the next round. We'll be ousted by the Lynx.
Actually, Murray, you probably did me a favor instead of you might have did me a favor. I've probably been watching the Liberty getting their ass whooped.
So
you might have did me a favor.
So you were speaking erroneously, sir.
Oh, I know I was.
Yeah, you were speaking erroneously.
Oh, I know I was, and I was doing it on purpose.
Because the Liberty this year were not the Aces last year, because the Aces at least advanced.
Oh, I know.
The Liberty choked in the first round after winning on the road in the first game of their 3-game series where they had a home court disadvantage. So basically, you typified your team, oh ye of little faith, all the way around. And it's a shame that's the case. So
when is in front of me, what you want me to not know it?
So for those who are Liberty fans, those who are Liberty supporters, those who are in the Liberty organization, thoughts and prayers are
I don't got time for that foolishness. No thoughts and prayers. Get the hell out of here with that. I don't know why you tried that to begin the show and I didn't let you do it. You thought I was gonna let you do it in the middle of the show? Get out of here. The Liberty got what they deserve. There's no thoughts and prayers. Mercury get their first playoff series win since 2021. We're talking 4 years ago. And it had to be a dismissal of the Liberty, who got what they deserved. You want to play around, you got what you deserved. So yes, it's two guys on this show who looking at their own team and saying, you got what you deserve. You got what you deserve.
And we was at home. There was no excuse.
So guess what? How about you take this offseason very seriously if you're in New York? And if you want to recapture championship glory, don't play around. Don't be fancy and try to do behind the back passes. And take better shots. Because I know why you missed so many shots, because you waited to the last goddamn second to try to get a shot off. And you want to have Sabrina Nescu try to play heroic with 3-point shots.
Now, congratulations to the Liberty. They had a good season. It's unfortunately it ended earlier than it should have.
No, it ended exactly where it should have.
No. You predicted it was going to end in the next round. It ended a round sooner.
Like I said, thank you, Fiends. You probably saved me from watching 3 ass whoopings take place.
So we didn't get to see the Liberty take 3 butt whoopings in the next round because they suffered 2 in the round before.
Which might be a good thing. And I hope they hear this because I am not playing.
Again, thoughts and prayers to all.
Hey, Eagles fan. Join my man Cool McCain and a host of others as they break down every single game, every single week in an objective manner, and also from a fan's perspective as well. Remember, this cast feels just like you. Nobody likes you. And you don't care. Fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles Elite Podcast. Every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and other podcast outlets.
Shop hats and official sports gear at Lids. Lids is the leader and number one destination for hats, gears, and everything that moves you, making it the perfect shop for fans to find official sports hats, merchandise, and gear. Represent your team, your town, and your style with a snapback adjustable fitted hat or beanie from thousands of college and pro teams. Browse the very latest sports jerseys and t-shirts from the best teams out there. Lids has officially licensed professional and college sport team apparel and hats featuring the hottest brands and trends. Shop online or visit one of the 100 stores across the country. Locker Rooms by Lids.
The Big Ten.
You can say you're not impressed. You can say you're not happy. You can say all these things, but no, whatever the case may be, the Buckeyes are on top of the football world. And it's just where it is.
The SEC.
And what does Georgia do? Well, as a team that has a championship pedigree would do, they came out full guns blazing, just like a tested SEC team would do. And
Big 12.
That team right there that is ranked 15 that put up 45 points.
Yes, sir.
They were picked dead last at the beginning of the season.
The ACC.
Starting with the biggest name first. Chapel Bill now. It's no longer called Chapel Hill. It's called Chapel Bill because Bill Belichick is now the head coach of the North Carolina Tar Heels. The CLP rankings, do away with that.
Right.
Do away with it.
Bring down the gridiron on the Playmakers Blog Network YouTube channel and where you can find podcasts.
Sports fans are gearing up, whether it be for the madness of March, whether it be for the Super Bowl, or even a little thing called WrestleMania. You can get all that at Fanatics, where they have a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, the NBA, the MLB, the NHL, the NCAA, and the WWE. So go on and show that pride, that passion, that dedication fan that you are by whipping your team, your league, or your favorite player. Fanatics, official license, everything.
Rams fans all around the world.
It's a beautiful thing to be a Rams fan right now. Stafford's back. Running back Kerryon Williams to a return.
Lend me your ears, or should I say lend Playmaker your ears, as he breaks down week by week everything in the Los Angeles Rams canon.
Number 99, Aaron Donald. Can't wait for 2029 to come to know that you are going in the Hall of Fame, and it should be first ballot, no questions asked.
Join the Playmaker as he breaks down everything Los Angeles Rams style in Ramily Talk on the Playmakers Blog Network YouTube channel and where you can find podcasts.
Welcome back. As you can see, you can catch Eagles Elite on Wednesday evenings, recapping what took place at Lincoln Financial Field with the Eagles and the Rams. I'll be recapping that on Thursday on Ramily Talk.
Good game. That was a good game, though.
People ain't gonna like what I have to say, but if you really pay attention to the game, you know I'm right. And you know I'm right. That's why some of you Rams fans that's in the comments, y'all are too emotional.
Oh, I'd be too emotional too if a game-winning field goal gets blocked.
And the field goal before that gets blocked. So 2-1.
Oh yeah, and the field goal 8 minutes beforehand gets blocked too.
We shouldn't even been in that position to begin with. But I'll talk about that on Thursday.
That would tick me off a little bit. I mean, I ain't gonna front.
Betting Wednesday. I'm gonna put this out there. Somebody went undefeated in week 4. You gotta find out Wednesday who that was. Until then, the semifinals, gentlemen, are underway. Game 1 took place on Sunday, and beginning with a shocker. The Indiana Fever walked into Las Vegas and they came out with a 16-point win. Kelsey Mitchell continuing to be the star of the playoffs thus far, 34 points. Natasha Howard gave you 12 and 11. And before I throw it to my two brothers here, those of you who are wondering, well, what about the Queen? I know the Queen had all tried to do whatever. Well, the Queen had a subpar game. She had 16 points, which never not like her. She had 16 points in that game, and she had, 13 rebounds. She did have 4 blocks. Kuma Kane, the Fever, took one already from Vegas.
I mean, there's a such thing as momentum. But keep in mind, I'm not putting no stock in winning the first game no more. Because I just learned that don't make no difference until you win at least one of the other two. So I think Indiana might have been overlooked by the Aces. And as we see here, whose name is not up on the screen as one of the top scorers. When she doesn't get the job done, they can't get the job done. Is she gonna not get the job done in either one of these other two games? The answer to that question in my mind is probably no. She gonna get the job done. So good job, Indiana, for getting the game up on the Aces. This is probably the last lead you're gonna have in a series in the rest of your season because you're about to, in my opinion, go down 2 in a row and join us on the couch.
Go Johnson.
Well,
the Fever decided to spoil MVP Day for Asia Wilson.
Well, to borrow the line from Big Daddy Kane, I guess Asia didn't take them 8 to 80 done crippled and crazy, because she didn't get the job done. This is why I was talking about what the what the Storm needed to do against the Aces. If you can actually get Asia in a subpar game, that's even better. But take the challenge on and say, okay, we probably can't beat her with 1, but I think we can beat her with 2 who can actually step up and compete. And you had Kelsey Mitchell and Natasha Howard do just that. The defense was steady enough for the Fever, and they used the third quarter to basically put the distance on them. And I think what this signals to the Fever is you have more than just Caitlin Clark. And good Lord, my brain is freezing up. And Leah Boston as those you could turn to on this team. So now you can actually go forward and have people who can contribute. That's not those two or Sophie Cunningham. On the flip side, I agree with Cool. I think normally you have players who, when they have these subpar games, this is like cold water being splashed in their face. This is a big call. Prime example: 40 years ago, in the Finals, you had Rima Bar who had a terrible game in Game 1 of the NBA Finals, and people were saying he's over the hill, he's washed up. There's no way that the Lakers can win because this guy is a contributor. He ended up being the Finals MVP of that series. So great players take these subpar games and they normally ball TM out to prove to you, to me, and to everybody that game that you saw where you did not hear me mentioned as a high scorer or a high performer in the game. That was an anomaly. That was a fluke. I'm proving that this is the norm. And when I go above beyond the norm, there's nobody that can touch me. I feel
I'm gonna tell you, like I told Snowman this morning, enjoy this one, because now I think you gave the Aces a wake-up call.
And more importantly, I think you gave Asia Wilson the wake-up call she needed.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, Like I was telling you earlier, Asia Wilson doesn't play well, they don't win.
You're correct. They don't.
Now, if y'all want to shut me up, win game 2 in Vegas. That means you have 3 opportunities to close them out.
And 2 at home.
But I have a feeling y'all gonna go to Indiana tie 1-1.
Oh, I'm telling you right now, this series is gonna be 3-1.
And not the Fever winning it.
No, the Fever had just had their championship game.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations.
Yep. Now you're about to see a real champion go to work.
Yeah. Now you about to see when they ain't playing how they play.
Mm-hmm.
So congratulations, Indiana. You got one up. It's up to y'all.
You about to hear whoop that trick.
Going for it. So, and then the Minnesota Lynx played host to the Phoenix Mercury, and
Oh yeah, man. I'm sorry about that.
and the Mercury is finding out what I've been saying all season long. There's one team on the revenge tour.
Well, sir,
That defense turned up in the second half, and Mercury, y'all had no answers whatsoever.
I want to make a little. I've been meaning to do this, but I wanted to save it for this moment. I'm going to say there's 2 teams that are on a revenge tour. Because if you recall, there was also a team last year that was back-to-back champions, and then got in the second round of the playoffs and got shown the door.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say that team, led by herself, is also on some sort of a revenge tour. Now that had a bad detour in his first game, but it's a 5-game series. So I think that there's a very high probability. If I was a betting man, which at this point I am not, but I am reconsidering that stance. If I was a betting man, I would bet Lynx Aces in the finals off rip.
Courtney Williams, 23 points, 8 boards, 7 assists, 5 steals. Talking about filling up the stat sheet, Cole Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Kayla McBride with the 21, and this is the difference. They don't need Nafisa Carter to go off. They got 2 other players that can go off, and it's just as impactful as if Nafisa Carter is going off.
But you wanted her to be the most valuable player. She ain't the most valuable on her team.
Oh, that proved when she was out, they kept winning.
So because they can win without her.
I will say if they're going to win the chip, they need her though.
Once they get to the finals, they're going to need her. If they're playing the Aces, I guess if they're playing the Fever could beat the Aces. Whoever they're playing, they're going to need to,
Mm-hmm.
But they can win games without her.
Yeah,
the Aces cannot.
Right.
Regular season or playoffs.
I don't know, Cole Johnson. Is it me or the Courtney Williams decided I'm going to another level ever since they got beat in the finals?
Well, that happens. Double, especially if people aren't putting you on their radar too. So, maybe you're looking at a female version of Scottie Pippen. Where, you had a moment where, as he so famously said, he didn't answer the bell, and then the very next year he ends up beginning the career of being the best Robin in NBA history. I think you might be seeing that with Courtney. Now, I sort of agree with Cool. I think you have 2 teams that are on revenge tours, but I think both teams are pissed because the team they want to get revenge on decided to punk out and get beat by the Mercury.
Mm.
So the revenge, so the taste of the revenge is not going to be so sweet. I was watching the Celtics versus Lakers 30 for 30, the best of enemies, and they talked about when Jerry West, because he kept getting beaten by the Celtics time and time again, and they thought in 1969 it was going to be the year that they were going to win the championship, and the owner Jack Kent Cooke had balloons that was about to stream down on the from the Forum ceiling, and the Celtics won that series in the Forum in Game 7. When West won in 1972, he actually said, quote, "Yeah, it's great that I finally got a chip, but it's not quite so sweet because it didn't happen against the Celtics." Close quote. So now you have two teams that got beaten by the Liberty, and neither one of them will get their vengeance on that team. Neither one of them.
So basically, what Coach Johnson is saying is, if I can stick football in here, they won't have the taste that the Los Angeles Rams had when they won their second Super Bowl, because they went through the one team that they had to go through to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're saying, sir?
Yes.
Right, the Rams can savor that championship because they had to beat the 49ers to get there first.
They savored it more because of that. Yes. In fact, that championship for them, yeah, it's a lot sweeter.
Well, if you want to talk about sweet championships, talk about beating the Patriots and then beating the Queefs.
Oh Lord, why are you calling the Patriots Cheatrious? Why?
Because they are cheaters.
Oh my God.
They always
He's
will
not
be.
letting that go. I have stopped trying to convince him to let it go. He's not letting it go.
What I find funny about that is he says this, but it's like he says it. I know he doesn't, but he says it he says it as if you think he's forgotten. He goes beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl. The Tom Brady led Patriots in the Super Bowl to boot.
Right, but what's our record against them in Super Bowls? 1-1. It should be 2-0. So the second time we had to have practices, we had to have fake practices outside, and then had to have our real practices in a in a multi-purpose room in the hotel. No, we did. Like, you laugh, but seriously, we had to do that because we already knew what it was.
So you're upset that that's the same Super Bowl record against the Chiefs too for the Eagles, 1-1.
Yes, and the reason for that is the referees. So when other people keep their ass out of the game and let us play, we win. When people be trying to help or cheat, we lose.
But yes, playmaker, whoever hoists the trophy between the Lynx or the Aces, one of those teams wanted to get their hands on the Liberty, but the Liberty were, I'm gonna put this in a very nice way. The Liberty were too much cowards to face either one.
He said cowards.
That was the nicest I could put it.
I was gonna say flashy, but it's your opinion.
He said cowards. Wow.
I don't care what word is used. Like I say, they got what they deserved.
Look, the Liberty. Look, to me, I think with the Aces and Liberty, I mean, the Aces boogied down on Barclays to win the chip, and then the Liberty did boogie down in Las Vegas, but it wasn't for the chip. It was the semifinals. So to me, it's sort of like they even. The Lynx, yeah, they wanted to get the Liberty, and if they could have beaten them in Barclays, I think this would be a sweeter. This would have been the sweetest season for them. But it sucks for them. It sucks for them.
Minnesota, don't lose the mission at hand, because the other team is not ran. You know, that green, blue, whatever you want to call it, in black. That's a vision of Mercury as the Liberty, and then you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Well, I think that's the problem. The Liberty envisioned the Mercury as the Lynx, and that's why they got the boot. So, memo to the Lynx: take care. Learn from the Liberty. Take care of the opponent that's in front of you. Don't worry about the next round. Don't worry about the next year. Just worry about the team that's in front of you.
Make sure you tell that too.
You gave him a good beating in game one. Don't lose focus. You gave him a real good beating in game one.
Tell Vegas they need to live that thug life and not lose their focus.
Game 2s, Tuesday, tomorrow, 7:30. Speaking of the Lynx and the Mercury, they'll kick it off at 7:30. And then at 9:30, round 2 between the Fever and the Aces. Can the Aces tie the series up with the Fever shot the world again and go up 2-0, winning both games in Vegas?
Check out the wow.
And then game 3, depending on how the series goes in game 2, we could have elimination games because game 3s will be on Fridays.
Well, definitely can only be one elimination game because I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't see the Aces losing to the Fever on 2 games in a row.
And all three of us in it. All three of us are in agreement, but you know how Chris Kramer say. That's why they play the game.
Well, the fact that they won one game to me is that's why they play the game.
So we shall see. But Friday, will somebody be on elimination, or will it be games fighting for the critical 2-1 lead going into the weekend?
The Phoenixico Mercury may be.
With that being said, Mr. Kumikane, any final words as we traveled on through the semifinals?
Hey, congratulations to the teams that won. I will be cheering for USA women's basketball with trepidation because of who their coach is. But I will cheer for my country, but with trepidation. Another disappointing year for the Dream. Let's try to get it right for next year. And good luck to all the teams that are left. And I hope we have another great WNBA Finals. And piss on your Dream one more time for doing what you do best.
Not piss on your Dream.
Wow. Cole, I think we just learned even if when it comes to United Front, there's no stopping the pettiness.
No. Piss on the Dream. Wow, and that's his team. Look, congratulations to the Aces, the Lynx, the Mercury, and the Fever for advancing to the semifinals. Hopefully we're going to see a good next 2 rounds. Shout out to everybody who won in the WNBA awards, and a special shout out to Paige Beckers. You're making those of us who love Dallas proud. Congratulations.
Shout out to Nas Hillman too. They didn't do you wrong.
Yes, they didn't do you wrong, Nas, but shout out to Paige Beckers. You made Dallas proud. I love Dallas.
That's it, folks. We getting out of here.
Oh, and
You've done good. You've done great. But you can't stop here. You can't stop now. You gotta keep going. Through all your trials and your tribulations, you gotta keep pushing. Now, finish your canvas.
Yeah, gotta get it out the mud, that's the only way to win. Who am I to point the finger like I never ever seen? Been through the ups and downs like the letter N. They don't let you through the door, better kick that again. Cause that's the only way to win. That's the only way to go. Gotta get it out the mud. Gotta get it out the flow. Cause that's the only way to go. Let's go.
Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. If you want to follow the podcast, you can follow it on all streaming platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and a whole lot more. This has been Shooting the Lights Out.